Angela's back. So if you didn't see my video prior to this, I was about to do a lot of changes in my life. One was to go back to my place I grew up. There was a lot of hard memories there for me, so it was a very big journey for me to go back for 4 days. And then also come back and the very next day start a new job. So here I am on my first day off of work, and I feel like a totally different person. I don't know if it's a mechanism going on inside of me or truly something has changed for me. What I mean by a mechanism that is protection is going back and dealing with a lot of hurt feelings and actually being surrounded around the people that were part of my life and my triggers for that. It was tough. It was tough. When I first got there, I was very positive, but I was keeping boundaries in a good contents, and but the more I spent time with the people that were rehashing the past and bringing up stuff, I became really overwhelmed and actually quite moody. So when I got on the airplane coming back, by the way, my brother was very surprised. I've never seen my brother cry, and all of a sudden he was crying because he came in and he said, "What the fuck?" Because he saw me and my other siblings in a circle going, "Surprise!" So he started to cry because it was the first time he got emotional to think, we all went there for his birthday. There was no one went there when my dad died, but when my brother had his birthday, we were there in celebration. Anyway, so when I was coming back on the plane, I had to reassess how I felt about life in the sense of the fear factor. And I had to surrender. I had to surrender to what ifs, like who cares? I had to actually do a very carefree kind of thing and just voice my basic needs that needed to be done. So when I came home, I said to my husband, I am fatigued. And I was totally jet lagged. And I said, tomorrow morning starts my first day of work. I do not want to be in bad shape. I'm too old to, be out late at night and then expect to be able to be productive the next day. So what we did was I went to bed right away. My husband pitched in, made lunches for the kids, made lunch, my lunch, his lunch, everything. And that gave me a good starting to the next day, because when I woke up, I went off to work. I did not have to take care of anything I usually take care of in the morning with the children. And it just gave me a good start to my job. I've been at work now I've done 3 shifts, and I'm still on the learning curve and trying to discover how I fit into this group of employees and try to, but the thing that's probably been saving me, because I am usually high anxiety about things like this, was every night I surrendered. I said, okay, all I have time for is to spend a little bit of time with my son, a little bit of time with my daughter, a little bit of time with my husband, go to bed. That's it. Not try to worry about fitting other things in. I wasn't trying to escape. I was just saying, you know what, you need your sleep. So my daughter, by the second day, was turning to me and saying, the suitcases aren't unpacked. And usually I do those things when we come back from a trip. But I told her, I said, I don't have the time right now. I will get it done on the weekend when I have my days off. I even didn't really get in any deep conversations with my family in these last 3 days, because my focus was make sure your mind's clear, make sure you're physically strong enough, and emotionally be able to be strong enough to deal with this new job, this new position. And I think I did the right thing, because those 3 days went by without too many bumps in the road. Eating, really strange, but since I've started this job, we're so busy in the morning and in the afternoon that we don't get our 15-minute break, so we take an hour lunch. So that's basically when my food intake comes. And I'm finding I'm not going through a lot of cravings and things like that. I'm just eating to be able to feel the body. And I haven't done that in the last year. It's been hard to not feed those emotions. So that has changed. Second is I'm not exercise kind of crazy anymore. I said to my husband, I said, I got to watch out because basically my job, I am doing exercise all day long. I do transfers, lifts. I have to run up and down stairs to go to different residence rooms, to moving around furniture, like moving around our equipment, bending, lifting. My body is always well, not constantly moving, but majority of the time when we are lifting a human being, right? So you have to put in mind to protect that body so the muscles do not, break down. And so a lot of times I said to my husband, I guess exercise is not number one priority because I get it all day long at work. That explains why I was so fatigued at night to go to bed, right? When you're working 8-hour shift and that's all you do is lift and pull. And it was interesting because when I was doing a little bit of my orientation, one of the educators said, nursing have lifts, and they do, they have lifts all day long. But a lot of the patients or a lot of the residents use mani lifts. So they hook them up to a machine and they lift them that way. We in rehab actually lift everybody. So if someone can't get up on their own, guess who's working with them? We are. We're working on being able to get their flexibility up, being able to get them, if they can't stand, get them used to standing again, or try to get them to walk. So we are the ones that are rehabbing them. So we're trying to get them to be more mobile. So I'm not saying that we do it alone. Almost every patient, I'm not by myself, I'm with a therapist or I'm with another assistant in that field. So, but when your body's not used to, lifting people in this direction and that direction and you're holding them this way, you use your muscles. You do. And that's how I feel. I feel it all down my neck, down my shoulders, my lower back the first day, but it's not bad today. So I haven't injured myself. But you have to constantly think of how to use your biomechanics, because if you don't, an injury happens. And I want to just be injury-free for the next 10 months. So what I've planned is I'm going to put in a walking and a stretching exercise into my routine so that I'm continuously walking, and I want to do stretching so I can keep that mobility in my muscles. Now, I don't know how it will be, if I'll gain or I'll lose, but right now it's important just to keep my body healthy enough that I'm not going to injure myself. So yeah, but that's my update. So just work, take care of myself, mentally. I feel like I'm sure not done grieving my father, but by going back home, it really puts everything in perspective again, and it's not going to be as hard of a loss for me as my mother was. And even with my mother, I lost her 11 years ago, and I find now I'm actually putting her at rest even myself. Like, I'm very much like looking to the future. I don't want to look to the past. But I'm not avoiding the past. I'm actually dealing with the past now. I feel like it's time to deal with it and forget it. Like I saw a comment today on Facebook. It's look back, smile, throw a match, and let go up in flames. Like, it's done. It's done. It's time to move on, move forward, and focus on what is important to me in my life. But anyways, this was a long video, but I just thought I'd give an update in case I don't get back on here for a while. So take care, everyone. Bye.